Do you think refueling is straightforward? Pull up to the pump, insert your card, fill the tank, and drive off? Studies show that 90% of drivers are doing it wrong, and it's putting their vehicles and personal safety at serious risk. Here's the thing. Refueling isn't as automatic as you've been led to believe. What you do in those critical moments directly affects your fire risk, vapor ignition potential, and the long-term health of your fuel system. Let's be real. Dealerships don't teach you proper refueling procedures during vehicle delivery. Your owner's manual might mention a warning or two buried in the fine print, but it doesn't explain why these precautions matter. Fuel system damage, static-related fires, and emission control failures aren't usually caused by contaminated fuel or faulty pumps. They're caused by the habits you've unknowingly developed at the pump, habits that seem completely harmless but create dangerous conditions every single time you refuel. In this breakdown, you're going to learn 5 critical steps that most drivers ignore, steps that are proven to prevent vapor ignition, protect your emission system, reduce static fire risk, and avoid repairs that can cost you hundreds or even thousands of dollars. If you care about your wallet and your safety, hit that like button and subscribe. Let's start with the first thing you should always do before refueling. Secret number 1. Always turn off your engine. Most people think that keeping the engine running during a quick fill is harmless. You've probably seen it 100 times. Someone pulls up to the pump, leaves the car idling, fills the tank, and drives off. You might have even done it yourself when you're in a hurry or when it's cold outside and you don't want to lose the heat. Your owner's manual probably says to turn off the engine, but let's face it, how many people actually read that section? Here's the kicker. Running engines dramatically increase both heat and electrical activity around your fuel tank, creating a perfect environment for vapor ignition. Your engine produces constant electrical sparks in the ignition system, and those components stay hot even during idle. Fuel vapors are heavier than air and accumulate around the fill area. When those vapors meet hot ignition components or electrical activity, you've got an ignition source waiting to happen. According to the National Fire Protection Association, hundreds of fuel station fires occur every single year in the United States, with a significant number directly linked to engines left running during refueling. Running engines contribute to over 50% of preventable ignition incidents at fuel stations. One subscriber from Texas shared that his neighbor's Ford F-150 caught fire at a pump because the engine was left running on a hot summer day. The repair costs exceeded $8,000, and the insurance company denied the claim because the engine was running during refueling, violating safety protocols. The solution is straightforward. Fully switch off your engine before you even touch the fuel nozzle. Make this a non-negotiable habit. Key off, out of the car, then pump. Professional mechanics and fuel safety experts treat every refueling stop like a mandatory shutdown procedure with 0 exceptions. Shutting down your engine cuts vapor ignition risk by over 50%, according to petroleum safety experts. Your fuel system components last longer, and you eliminate unnecessary fuel consumption from idling. Potential fire damage of thousands of dollars gets avoided, insurance claim denials become a non-issue, and everyone around you at the station stays safer. Older vehicles like the Ford F-150, Chevy Silverado, and high-mileage vehicles with worn engine seals run even hotter and release more vapors, making this step absolutely critical. If that step surprised you, wait until you see what causes nearly 1/3 of refueling fires. Secret number 2. Always ground yourself before refueling. Here's what most drivers believe. Cell phones cause fires at fuel pumps. You've seen the warning stickers plastered all over the station. Your local news might have even run a story about it. But here's the kicker. That's completely false. Phones don't cause pump fires. The real danger? Static electricity generated when you slide in and out of your vehicle. Every time you move across your car seat, especially in dry conditions or when wearing synthetic fabrics, you build up a static charge on your body. When you touch the metal fuel nozzle, that charge can discharge as a spark, and if fuel vapors are present, that spark ignites them instantly. The Petroleum Equipment Institute found that over 90% of static ignition cases at fuel pumps involved drivers who re-entered their vehicle during refueling. The Australian Transport Safety Bureau confirmed that static discharge is responsible for a significant percentage of fuel pump fires each year. The most common scenario goes like this. Driver starts pumping, gets back in the car to grab something or stay warm, slides across the seat again, exits the vehicle, and then touches the nozzle. That second exit generates the charge that causes the spark. Touch a piece of unpainted metal on your vehicle's exterior before you touch the fuel nozzle. Discharge any static buildup safely into the vehicle frame before handling fuel. Professional technicians either touch the metal door frame before grabbing the nozzle or they commit to staying completely outside the vehicle during the entire refueling process. Never get back in the car while the pump is running. This approach slashes static ignition risk by up to 80%, according to petroleum safety organizations. Your personal safety gets prioritized, and other customers at the station stay protected too. Catastrophic fire damage that can total your vehicle and result in tens of thousands of dollars in liability if the pump itself is damaged becomes avoidable. Vehicles with cloth or leather seats that generate high static charges, like older Jeep Cherokee models, Toyota Tacoma trucks, and Honda CR-V SUVs, are particularly prone to this issue during dry winter months. Now let's cover the step that protects both your car and the fuel pump from a costly mistake. Secret number 3. Always set the parking brake. The common assumption? The parking brake isn't necessary when you're on flat ground. You've been told that putting the transmission in park is enough. Your driving instructor might have said the parking brake is only for hills. But here's the reality. Even on what looks like flat ground, there can be a slight incline that you don't notice until it's too late. Even the smallest slope, combined with drivetrain slack or a slight bump from another vehicle, can cause your car to roll during refueling. Transmission park pawls are small metal tabs that can slip or fail, especially in older vehicles or those with worn components. Fuel stations are designed with slight grades for drainage, and that grade is enough to start a roll if your parking brake isn't engaged. Fuel station incident reports compiled by major petroleum retailers show that over 20% of pump impact incidents are caused by vehicles that rolled away while the driver was refueling. One subscriber from Colorado reported that his Subaru Outback rolled backward at a mountain gas station, tearing the fuel nozzle from the pump and causing over $3,000 in damage to the pump equipment, which he was held liable for. Engage your parking brake every single time before you step out to refuel, regardless of whether you're on flat ground or not. Make the parking brake part of your refueling routine. Park, brake, engine off, then exit. Professional drivers treat the parking brake as mandatory equipment during every stop, not optional equipment for hills only. Rollaway incidents drop to virtually zero, and stress placed on your transmission's park pal gets eliminated entirely. Transmission components last longer, and damage to fuel station equipment gets prevented. Rollaway repairs that can exceed $1,000 become irrelevant, plus potential liability for pump damage that can reach $5,000 or more gets avoided. Vehicles with electronic parking brakes that disengage automatically when you drive, like many Subaru Outback models, Honda Civic sedans, and manual transmission vehicles of any kind, face higher risk because drivers forget to re-engage them during stops. If you're finding this information valuable, hit that like button to help other car owners discover these truths. If you thought that was avoidable, the next one is costing drivers money every single week. Secret number 4. Never top off the tank. The popular belief? Adding a little extra fuel after the pump nozzle clicks off is harmless. You've done it yourself. Trying to round up to the nearest dollar or wanting to squeeze every last drop into the tank. Your gut tells you more fuel means fewer stops, so what's the harm? That extra fuel doesn't go into your usable tank space. Modern fuel tanks are designed with vapor space at the top, and when you top off, you're flooding your vehicle's evaporative emission system with liquid fuel instead of vapor. This liquid fuel travels into the evap system's charcoal canister and purge valve, components designed to handle only vapor, not liquid. When liquid fuel saturates the charcoal canister, it destroys the canister's ability to absorb vapors. When it reaches the purge valve, that valve sticks or fails completely. The American Petroleum Institute and the Petroleum Equipment Institute warn that topping off your tank accelerates vapor system component wear by 15% and is one of the leading causes of premature EVAP system failure. EVAP repairs consistently rank among the top 5 most common and most expensive emission system repairs. Labs have documented that spilled fuel from topping off increases hydrocarbon emissions, damages your vehicle's paint if it runs down the body, and can trigger your check engine light due to EVAP system malfunction. One subscriber from Florida reported that repeatedly topping off his Dodge Ram 1500 caused his charcoal canister to fail at 60,000 miles, costing him $450 in parts and labor. Stop pumping immediately when the nozzle clicks off the first time. Accept that first click as the signal that your tank is full to its designed capacity. Professional mechanics never try to add more after the automatic shutoff, and they never squeeze the trigger slowly to add extra fuel. They click, done, cap on. EVAP system failures drop dramatically by protecting the charcoal canister and purge valve from liquid fuel contamination. Emission control components can last the entire life of the vehicle when treated properly. EVP repairs that typically cost between $200 and $600 become unnecessary, and failed emission tests that can prevent you from registering your vehicle get avoided. Vehicles known for EVAP sensitivity when topped off include the Dodge Ram pickup series, Nissan Altima sedans, and Toyota Camry models, especially those built between 2010 and 2020. Now for the final step, the one that protects your engine's performance and longevity. Secret number 5. Always use the correct fuel grade. The widespread misconception? Fuel is fuel, and octane ratings don't matter much. You've been told that premium fuel is a scam, or that regular fuel works fine in any car. Your neighbor might run 87 octane in his luxury car and claim it runs perfectly. Using the wrong octane rating for your engine causes a condition called detonation or knock, and over time, this creates long-term carbon buildup, timing issues, and internal engine damage. Octane rating measures a fuel's resistance to premature ignition under compression. High-compression engines and turbocharged engines require higher octane to prevent the air-fuel mixture from igniting before the spark plug fires. When you use fuel with too low an octane rating, the mixture ignites early, creating a knocking sound and generating extreme pressure waves that hammer your pistons, rings, and cylinder walls. Automotive research labs show that using the correct fuel grade improves engine performance by up to 10% and fuel efficiency by approximately 5% in vehicles designed for premium fuel. Using incorrect octane increases carbon deposits inside the combustion chamber by 12% over 50,000 miles, with this effect even more pronounced in turbocharged engines that operate at higher cylinder pressures. One subscriber from California reported that using regular fuel in his BMW 3 Series for 2 years resulted in carbon buildup so severe that he needed a walnut blasting service costing $900 to restore proper performance. Always use the fuel grade specified in your owner's manual, which is usually located on a sticker inside the fuel door as well. Ignore what your buddy says and follow the manufacturer's engineering specifications. Professional technicians know that if the manual says premium required, you use premium every single time. If it says premium recommended, you use premium for best performance, knowing that occasional use of regular won't cause immediate damage but will reduce performance. Engine knock drops to zero, combustion quality stabilizes, and the formation of carbon deposits that rob your engine of power and efficiency gets prevented. Your engine's lifespan extends by protecting internal components from detonation damage. Knock-related repairs that can range from hundreds of dollars for carbon cleaning to thousands of dollars for piston or ring replacement if detonation damage becomes severe get eliminated. Vehicles that absolutely require premium fuel include the BMW 3 Series, Audi A4, Lexus IS models, and virtually all turbocharged engines from manufacturers like Ford EcoBoost, Volkswagen TSI, and Subaru WRX. Using the wrong fuel in these engines will trigger knock sensors and reduce power output, costing you performance and money. Bottom line, these 5 steps before and during refueling prevent fires, EVAP system failures, static ignition incidents, and long-term engine damage. Turn off your engine, ground yourself against static buildup, set your parking brake, never top off after the first click, and always use the correct fuel grade specified by your manufacturer. These aren't complicated procedures, but they separate vehicles that last 2 decades from ones that drain your wallet with preventable repairs and safety hazards. Dealerships and owners' manuals don't emphasize these habits because they assume you'll figure them out on your own, but the data shows 90% of drivers never do. These procedures protect not only your investment, but also everyone around you at the fuel station. Taking 30 seconds to follow these guidelines can prevent catastrophic fires, save your emission system from failure, and keep your engine running at peak performance for years to come. Hit like if you found this breakdown useful and subscribe to the channel now. I'll continue to guide you through the real facts of car maintenance, saving you thousands.